What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz on this TGIF Good Morning video just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Last trade on Mullen at 9:30 in the AM, 22.5 MCOM 0331. The obvious question of this day is, now that we know that MCOM did not get a 6-month extension with NASDAQ, they've got to be somewhat compliant by December 29. Are they about to make a plug mistake and end up in bankruptcy? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. Is there anybody in this world that works harder for $2 a day than yours truly? If you want a Discord before they sell out and they're going fast, it's trysmallbiz.com, $50 a month, guaranteed to last hopefully until the end of 2025, because if we hit 500 Discord by New Year's Eve of this year, and we're well on track to do it sometime the week of Christmas, I promise to keep it at $50 a month, $60 if you've got a small biz, with premium, which at the moment is currently sold out. So one more time before I get into it. And yeah, I am going to talk about Mullen. Get a Discord at trysmallbiz.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in yesterday's video, I was teasing you that I had a stock or two that I wanted to buy. Well, as soon as I got off the video, I bought the 2 stocks and one of them took off within 2 hours. We racked up 28% ka-ching. And then we were in there this morning buying the same stock back at virtually the same price. I want to shout out to Willie Flipper, Doom and Gloom. Yeah, Doom and Gloom got a better price than me. Paul D, he was another one. How's that for photographic memory? Look below there. Those 4 guys were paying attention, and they got slightly better than I did before it rebounded within a couple of minutes. Do not chase the stock. Last trade, 15 and 1/2. We are in the high 14s or 15 in my case. But let me start off by talking briefly about Mullen, and then I want to try to outline what we now know currently with MCOM, and if I could perhaps try and talk Sal off a ledge, because if you're paying attention to what's happening with PLUG, it's a major fucking problem with respect to hopium. So don't go anywhere. It's not a fine, it's not a good, I'm going to tell you a Sal as if it was in the boardroom listening to your fucking bullshit. One Guido to another. I'm going to fucking tell you how to save your company, and maybe you might be happy. But let me start off. Ooh, what's he talking about? This guy's new and weird. How about the share, that's all, folks. If you're new, welcome. I don't usually come... I don't usually come in front of the camera. Wow. I don't usually do these videos. Wow. I don't usually do that. If you're not laughing, you're in the wrong fucking place. Holy shit. I don't usually do the videos till around noon, but I want to get this out there to try and talk some sense into fucking Sal and perhaps even David at Mullen. So here's the deal, folks. They just doubled the float on us. I don't give a shit what the story is. You always hear the haters, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, the M1 this and the Bollinger that. It doesn't fucking matter. 2/3 of making money in the stock market is technicals. It's the chart. It's supply and demand. It's support and resistance. You can have the best fucking story in the world, but if you don't have a chart or a float or a demand from the retail and institutional space to move the stock higher, you're going fucking nowhere. Or in this case, we're going in the southerly direction. So until they stop moving the goalposts on Mullen, and unless we hold 21 or thereabouts, which is the all-time low, we're going lower. And we're probably looking at a big 1 for 50 to 100 reverse split. However, they still have $20 million or thereabouts of buyback. David said something about extending it, or maybe I'm getting it confused. No, it is him. Extending it another 6 months. So yeah, they fucked us over with 200 million shares. They didn't have to do all that. What he should have said 3 or 4 months ago, because it was done in February, I believe. Hey, by the way, we've got 217 million shares or thereabouts that is going to hit the market before the end of the year. We didn't get that heads up. We got more goalposts, more moving of the record dates, more fucking bending us over the desk all the way in, up, and out the other side without any lube whatsoever. So, David, how about once and for all, come on out in front of the camera. I understand the fucking tour is over in LA or San Francisco in the next week. Give us the facts. How many fucking vehicles are going to be shipped and paid for by Randy Marion before the end of this year? Give us an exact fucking number now that you've got EPA, and I believe you might be waiting on airbag with at least respect to one or two of the vans. But tell us. Give us real fucking numbers. Tell us when you're going to buy the stock back. And I also want a specific fucking example, or I should say explanation. It is early, folks. Give me a break. I want an explanation as to why your blackout period is longer than anything I've ever seen. What's this material, non-public information that you're sitting on? Are you buying Sen? Okay, you can't tell us that you might be buying another commercial player that's knocking on heaven's door right along with Plug. And if Sal pulls the trigger and does the same thing with another hydrogen player, aka Hopium, he's going to end up in the same fucking court trying to bail his ass out of a problem that can still be avoided, Sal, so don't go anywhere. Bottom line, if you got more than 10% of your money, and most of you do, into Mullen, stop buying the stock. Some of you sold it and you feel fantastic. You've moved on. You might have had the 28% move. By the way, this has to be said again and again and again. And if you got a kid or you're an uncle to a niece and a nephew years ago when I used to babysit, you can't say, hey, Ethan, you mind not poking your sister in the eye? You think that's going to, no. Poke. Hey, what'd I tell you? Stop poking your sister in the eye. 2 minutes later. Hits her again. Hey, you hear what I'm telling you? If you don't stop poking her in the eye, I'm taking that phone back and you're going to your room for the rest of the day. Then he starts to get it. Same thing with people that watch these videos. 48-3 since April. Inside of the Discord, 26-2. That's 75, and let's call it 7. If I sold the MCOM and the Mullen, in other words, 90% accuracy, 90% win rates, is your broker, is your friend, is your fucking neighbor giving you 70 winning trades? Did he give you 28% overnight? And I might do it again in the next, 72 to 120 hours? Huh? The answer to that is no. And it's $2 a day. I do 3 or 4 of these videos a week. I'm doing Ask Jason reviews inside of there. I do Circles Green. I tell you where to buy, and when to get the fuck out. So the question is, what's holding you up from getting a Discord at trysmallbiz.com? Hang in there, Mullenites. If you got enough, stop buying. Even risk. We're going down into the depths of hell, or it's going to crank on some news, a partnership, a big deal, $100 million fucking paycheck from Randy Marion. I don't know what it is, but it's even Steven. With that said, MCOM last trade 0316. You might have been sitting there with your unlubricated thumb up your ass after you thought they got a 6-month extension and it pumped to 0356. And I said, wait a second. The buy zone's the low threes. Do not chase, do not chase, do not chase. Some of you did, and now you're carrying a bag wondering what the fuck you should do. The reason it's come back down, in my opinion, is if you read the actual press release, which was very sneaky. Shame on you, Sal. You did not come out and specifically say, unlike Mullen, that stated they got a 90-day extension on the dollar limit and 6 months to have the annual meeting. No, you said we've got some sort of an extension or compliance. What do you have to do by December 29? You did not get a 6-month extension. You're on fucking Twitter going, great job, guys, and rah, fucking rah. Talk about misrepresentation. You have done an absolutely horrible fucking job, Salvatore Palella, of representing shareholder value. But believe it or not, I'm not going to be here today to ream you as if I probably should. I'm here today. Slow down, Jason. I'm here today to try to save you. Because if this goes to court, you're going to lose. You're going to lose the coin case. You're going to lose what could be one of the largest class actions in small cap NASDAQ history. Not because the stock is down 99.9%, but because you chastised everybody for the most part, minus the last couple of months, all the way down. We've got exhibits. We're going to owe you an apology when the fucking stock reverse split adjusted was $6 or $7. Did you fucking know you were going to grind us to a pulp down to 3 cents? I bet you didn't even think it was going to be that bad. Well, it is. So I'm telling you, with all those exhibits, and you're going to be the last one to smile or laugh, the names you called me and everybody else, you're going to get crucified in court. I hope it doesn't go that far. So I want to spend the next 5 or 6 minutes and get everybody out on the weekend at a fairly decent time by trying to tell you what I think you should do. We just saw today, PLUG basically came out and said they're a going concern / about to become bankrupt unless the government bails them out. Might I suggest, Sal, you've got a great idea. Hydrogen may in fact be the future as a replacement to lithium, but it's not ready yet. This company that you want to bail out, that wants to build 1,000 hydrogen cars, they've been in receivership since July. No one, not anyone in the fucking world, not even over in Paris where the stock trades, has come forward in the last 6 months to give them a fucking dime. And then along comes you, the same guy that was going to give YAYO, a commercial fleet company that's now out of business. They can't even answer the fucking phone. And now you want to get in bed with $15 million loan and a $3 million convertible bond that you're going to flush down the toilet. The industry is not ready. So what I would suggest you do is wait. I saw before I came on, you're willing to extend the reverse split in terms of when you're going to do it. Bravo. But you need to back that up with additional information. First of all, not today, next week, come out and say exactly what NASDAQ told you had to do. Tell us exactly what they had to do. Are they talking about you got to be to $1 by December 29? That's not going to happen organically. Are they telling you that you got to get to a dime, which is one of the 3 violations? That's possible. You are under a dime. You're under 35 million market cap. Even with 300 million shares, you've only got a $9 or $10 million market cap. And you're under $1. Strike 1, 2, and 3. So what are they telling you that you must do by December 29? Lay it out clearly and succinctly, along with stating that it's your intention not to do the reverse split until next year. But if that is the case, Sal, before I get to the Hopium story, that means one of two things. You are preparing to go to the pink sheets, the OTC, just like your competitor BRDS did. And that blew me away, right? They acquired Spin. The combination of those two are about 300 million, and they kicked him over to the OTC at 90 cents a share. Last time I looked, it was around 45. That blew me away. A $300 million company, and you're doing about 12 to 15 million, gets pushed to the fucking bulletin board. So if you are going to go to the bulletin board and you are going to lose next week because you only have 5% or thereabouts of the stock in terms of the reverse split vote, then what? Well, the good news is you've got about $40 million in cash. The bad news there is you're prepared to give almost half of it away to a company that's bankrupt in the same industry as Plug, which is begging the federal government for a fucking loan to bail them out. If you wait, however, even though the story is very sexy, until next year, which is an election year, which means what? The Green New Deal bullshit. They're going to be greasing palms. You might get subsidized. You might be able to approach the current administration and say, look, I want to get off lithium and on hydrogen. It's a longer battery life. It's sexier. It's smarter. It's cleaner for the planet, etc. But I need a subsidy. I need a loan. I need a fucking grant. Versus jumping in the pool now that's full of alligators with a company that's already telling you, Plug, it's not ready. The industry is not ready to adopt hydrogen for whatever fucking reason versus lithium right now. I have said this before, and this is going to bother some people that hate your fucking guts. I think that micromobility is a home run in terms of the name and the brand. You couldn't ask for a better fucking hashtag at URL or a website. It's a home run. The domain arguably is worth your market cap of $9 or $10 million. You laid off 20% of your workforce. You've got about $40 million in cash. I hear, and I have friends that live in New York City, that there's a lot of foot traffic, and I would imagine the subscription service in the Soho store is on fire. And you're about to open a few more in smart locations where there's going to be a lot of micromobility demand. You have a story to tell. And if you're worried from an ego perspective that you came out and you told us about this fancy dream, and I do agree, the pictures are gorgeous. The futuristic view of those scooters and skateboards and e-bikes, it's absolutely phenomenal. But that's not where we are now. We don't give a flying fuck about 2100. People care about this year and possibly next. How in the world are you, as CEO of this company, going to bail their fucking ass out? How you do it, in my opinion, is very easy. You come out next week and you say, this is what NASDAQ needs from us. We are going to give them all of it or some of it. And if so, what? Then you outline the two scenarios. We're either going to go to the OTC, we're going to delay the reverse split until, I don't know, June. Tell us the truth. We've got enough cash to last us until the end of next year. And I hope you follow that up by saying, based on what just happened, in Sal, the stars are aligning right now. You've got a perfect opening to get yourself out of a fucking quicksand. You can just say, look, Plug came out. It's quite obvious that the industry is not ready for hydrogen fuel. We are still, however, going to pursue an alliance, but we're going to do so by reaching out to the government, reaching out to the administration, telling them our story so that we can get a grant, a loan, a subsidy that is not going to put this company at fucking risk. Because if you do back out and you say it in your own fucking words, we're going to be happy. We're going to say, okay, we're going to the pink sheets perhaps for a year. I don't know, maybe longer. He's not going to reverse the stock. We're not going to give away $18 million. They are growing fast. It is a great fucking brand. They're not going to make the same mistakes they did before with streaming and Hellbiz Kitchen. And we've got a chance. And last but not least, in closing, what is fucking stopping you? Do you see that stock that we just rebought? Yeah, it's up another 10%. Add that to the 28 I gave you yesterday. In closing, what's stopping you from buying the stock? You already had your NASDAQ meeting. The hopium cat's out of the bag. Somebody told me that you said on a Spaces call, I can't buy the stock because the market cap is less than a 35 million. Show me the statute. Show me the fucking statute that prevents a CEO or any insider in a small cap stock from buying anything if it's under $35 million market cap. Do you know how many stocks fit that bill? Thousands. And yet I see on a regular basis CEOs, VPs that step in and buy stock. So stop blowing fucking smoke up our ass. And if you've got some sort of a statute that I'm currently unaware of, next week when you give us all that stuff, including your decision based on Plug to get the hell out of the deal and go after some sort of subsidy, then I'd love to hear it. Because if you do not have something stopping you, and you are the man that hashtag self-made that you told me you were 6 months ago, then grab your fucking cojones, if that's the term they use over in Sicily, and buy 50 million shares of stock. I fucking dare you. And until next time, always remember that I love you. I really do. And thanks for watching.